Hello and welcome to the channel. Man United won Copenhagen nil, a game that Man United had to win in order to keep alive any chances of qualifying to the knockout stage of the Champions League. What a result for Man United. Another game where we granted the result, another game where the result, the 3 points, is much more important than the performance, because the performance was terrible. And the main problem that Manchester United team is the midfield. In particular, the defensive midfield position. Because it seems to me that we need two in the pivot. We need to play two defensive midfielder in the pivot and one number 10. So we played with Amrabat, McTominay and Bruno. McTominay has been in the team due to his recent performances. In previous games, he played well, he's been scoring goals. However, tonight, the midfield was dead, absolute dead. So much so that Ten Hag has to change at halftime. But what I do not understand is the substitution he made. So he takes Amrabat off to play McTominay as a defensive midfielder and Eriksen as a number 8. When we know that McTominay is only good when he's playing in the most advanced midfield position. Because McTominay as a 6 is not a ball carrier, he's not a good passer of the ball, he's not good at making intersections. McTominay is not a defensive midfielder. It doesn't work. And Ten Hag needs to fix the midfield position because it is affecting the rest of the team. So in the first few minutes, we had Copenhagen all over Man United. They had the chances. If they could score, they would go in front. Onana made a few saves, and they hit the post. But we managed to score. No, it was 0-0 in the first half. That's it. It was 0-0 in the first half, and in the second half, at halftime, that's when Ten Hag made the substitution. He brought Eriksen on. And Eriksen made the difference. But that causes another problem because now Ten Hag has to decide. Whenever Eriksen had played, he came on as a substitute and he played it well and made a difference. What do we do now with Eriksen? Do you start him against City? I don't think so, because Eriksen starting, it would be a liability in the midfield against the team that is so good like Manchester City. Eriksen simply doesn't have the legs to play in the box-to-box midfield position. Now, Ten Hag could play Eriksen as a 10, which so far hasn't done, because the 10 doesn't have to do a lot of defending, but Ten Hag doesn't want to play Eriksen as a 10. He doesn't see him as a number 10, even though for most of his career at Spurs, Eriksen played as a number 10. But as a number 8, no, I wouldn't want to see Eriksen start in a number 8 position against Manchester City. It would be suicidal. Now, I hope that Casemiro will be back, but if Casemiro is not back for the weekend, then we have a problem. Maybe play Mount as a number 8, maybe. So, the goal we scored was a fantastic cross by Eriksen. And what I heard about Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, of all people, is the one who scored the goal. Now, I've been very critical of Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, for most of his Man United career, he hasn't been good. But in the last few games, he's been playing well, I must admit. And tonight he played well and he scored the goal. We gotta give him credit for that. We gotta give credit where it's due. However, I've always said that Harry Maguire's biggest test will be against Man City or Liverpool, one of those big teams. And I hope that Maguire does well against Manchester City, and I hope that we win, because at the end of the day, Maguire is a Man United player. I want him to succeed, and I want us to win. But I worry, to be honest. I worry about the game against Manchester City. Because if we're struggling against relegation struggler, if we struggle in the Premier League, if we're struggling against Copenhagen. What is Man City gonna do to us? Tonight was all about the result, was all about the 3 points. And the other player that made the difference was Onana, because Onana played well, but apart from playing well, on the 87th minute, Copenhagen had a penalty. And who gave away the penalty? Again, McTominay. I think he gave away a penalty in the Premier League as well a few weeks ago. Anyway, that's McTominay for you. I've always said McTominay is a good player, he's a good squad player. If you need a goal and you're desperate, in the last few minutes you bring McTominay on and you play McTominay in the most advanced midfield position. Not as a 6, not as an 8, because he's not a good footballer. He has his qualities, but passing the ball is not one of them, and carrying the ball is not one of them. And he makes too many mistakes in our own box. He gives away silly penalties. Anyway, so Copenhagen has a penalty. Everyone is thinking this is it. If this one goes in, our chances of qualifying to the knockout stage of the competition are gone. And go and behold, Onana saves the penalty. I've also been very critical of Onana, and rightly so, because Onana's career so far at Man United hasn't been good. Onana has been very inconsistent and has been letting his goals in. However, he redeemed himself. When we needed the most, Onana delivered. When we needed to win, Onana saved the day. He came up with a fantastic save. He was a fantastic penalty and a fantastic save, and he saved us. We owe these 3 points to Maguire and Onana. Ironically, the players that we've been criticizing the most, or at least I've been very critical of those two players. However, I have to give them credit tonight. They delivered. Anyways, we take the 3 points. The result is all that matters. We still with the hope of qualifying for the knockout stage of the Champions League. But we have bigger tests ahead, and one of them, none other than Manchester City at the weekend, on Sunday. I hope that we deliver. I hope that the players step up. But I worry, to be honest. Because this could be another spunk. This could be another 6 or another 5. The way Manchester City is playing and how bad we've been so far, we need to improve a lot to have any chance of getting a result against Man City. Anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because those are the best ways to support this channel. And I see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.